Hey YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I'm really excited for us to watch a very old video from Ray Higdon on how to sign up your family and friends that you once spammed. I'm really excited to watch this video, and as always, please let me know what you think down below.
Some simple steps for undoing the damage you've done in the past. So I'm guessing that maybe you've gone to some of your friends and family members and chased them, begged them, bugged them. Maybe you've I don't know, hyped them, spammed them. Maybe you've tricked them even. Like I know some people that have tricked people into dinner meetings that turned out to be a guest trainer there with a whiteboard, right? And so maybe you've done all those things. Well, I got two things for you, really. Is it two things? Yeah. Two things for you. Number one, if you care about their relationship, and that is a question, maybe you don't, I don't know. But if you care about the relationship, I would actually reach out to them and I would apologize without an addiction to pitching them again.
That's weird if you care about the relationship, like assuming that your family members aren't like toxic or manipulative towards you. I feel like you should probably care about your relationships with your family. But I do like what he said about how you have to apologize and do not try to sign them up again. So I do appreciate that. Thank you, Ray.
And so, like, if you want to ever nullify
Why are you laughing, Ray? What was so funny?
an apology like this, just apologize and say, "Hey, I just want to apologize. I came at you hard about my opportunity, but it really is blowing up like crazy. You really should join." Right?
That's a really good point. It's kind of like saying, "Oh, I'm sorry if I upset you. I'm sorry I made you feel this way." No, I think if you were mean to a loved one, you should say, like, "I'm sorry I was rude. I'm sorry I treated you poorly." And so I like how he's saying it's not a real apology for spamming a family or a friend or family member if you also try to pitch them after. So I appreciate that. Good job, Ray.
Totally nullifies the apology. It was absolutely a waste of time. And so apologizing and just saying, and here's what I would recommend saying. And we've actually taught a lot of our rank makers to do this because there's a lot of people that before they came to rank makers were turning off friends and family members, and you just don't need to do that. There's just no reason. If you do things in a powerful way, then you're not turning off anybody. Doesn't mean you'll recruit everyone.
You have to think about why people feel like they have to spam their family and friends. I think once people realize how MLM compensation plans work and they have to recruit in order to make money, excuse me, then they know that if they don't sign people up in their downline, that they're not going to make any money. And I feel like what he's going to describe here, it comes from a point of desperation, of maybe being scared, of feeling fearful that you're not going to make any money, and that what you decided to do is going to put your family into greater debt or into a very unstable financial situation.
But you're not turning off anyone, right? If you stand in posture and you stand in power, which we teach inside the community, but here's what that looks like. So, hey, I just want to reach out to you. I just want to apologize. When I started this business, I didn't know what I was doing, and I kind of came at you hard, and I tricked you.
It's like I didn't know what I was doing, and I was extremely desperate to get my business off the ground. I think that's what he should be saying.
Into that meeting, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Say that, the different things that you said, and then just say, "Hey, listen, I treasure our relationship, and I just want to say I apologize." Now,
I wonder if that's sincere, though. Like, are you supposed to say that to a family member if you don't actually treasure the relationship, if you don't really care if they're mad at you or not? Do you still say that? It seems a little bit, it doesn't seem genuine to me. What do you think?
if they don't accept that, if it's like heartfelt and you actually say it just like I just suggested, and it's no pitch or no like but you really could make money, or you really could lose weight, or you really could whatever, if there's no catch to that apology and they don't accept it, then my caring about their relationship definitely lessens, if that makes sense. So
Ray, just like you teach us that we are not entitled to our family and friends support financially or otherwise in an MLM. We are not to build our business based on favors from family and friends. You say that we're not entitled to that, but we're also not entitled to the forgiveness of our family and friends if you did something really horrendous to them, you tricked them into a horrible situation and they were really upset. If they're not ready to forgive you, they're not ready to forgive you. And I'm not entitled to Susie's forgiveness, to John's forgiveness. So just because they're not in a space to forgive me does not mean that I care less about the relationship. In my opinion, I feel like that's toxic. What do you think?
so if someone doesn't accept an apology and it really is heartfelt, without any kind of pitch, without any catch. So here would be another catch. Hey, I just want to apologize, and and then you kind of weasel this in and you say, I just thought you'd support me. Okay, that's not an apology, right? That's a pitch. And so
Yes, it's a pitch. And I think it's also manipulative and maybe a little bit gaslighty if someone were to say that, because maybe someone had a negative experience in network marketing, or a family member lost money and they have a very valid reason to say no to someone, and then instead of that family member or friend just saying, okay, I understand, that's fine, instead of that, they turn it around back on that person and make them feel like they're a bad loved one for not supporting that business structure, even though they could have very valid and real reasons to say no to buying a product or joining in their family members' downline. Do you agree? Do you think that example is gaslighty? I hope people have never actually said that before while apologizing, because I feel like it would put me through a lot of mental gymnastics. I might think, hey, I had a real reason for saying no. I have really bad experiences in network marketing. Why are you turning it back on me? Do you know what I mean?
don't make them feel guilty or try to shame them or try to wag your finger at them. Just straight apology. Hey, I apologize. When I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. I came to you kind of crazy with wild eyes, and I just want to apologize. I appreciate our relationship, and I didn't mean to, turn you off. I didn't mean to chase you or piss you off or anything like that. So I just want to say I apologize. If they don't accept it, my care for their relationship lessens. If they do accept it, then I say, hey, I really appreciate you, and I want to get out of there. I don't want to bring up my business. I don't want to bring up my product. I don't want to bring up my service. This will perplex them because they're waiting for that, right? They're waiting. So
Why are you trying to perplex your family members? That seems weird, sir.
they'll kind of accept it, be like, okay, yeah, apology accepted. And they're waiting for you to hop right on top of them like eager beaver, right? And so instead of that, say, hey, again, apologize. Thank you so much for understanding. And hey, I'll talk to you later. I got to run and go. I got to go talk to a client, talk to a customer, whatever.
So he's telling us first that we don't want to sign up our family and friends that we once spammed, but I think he's teaching us the way to sign up our family and friends. We don't want to turn them off right away after they accept our apology by offering them the business again. So we say, oh, gotta run. I gotta get on the phone. And then they're curious. They're like, why didn't they pitch me again? And I think that method could leave the door open for you to reapproach that family member in the future, even though you really hurt their feelings, you crossed a boundary, you made them feel uncomfortable in some way. It's just a way to get back in. So in my opinion, I think Ray Higdon is teaching us how to manipulate our family and friends to see the value in our business down the road. What do you think?
Get out of there. Okay. So that would be my suggestion. If you're on the phone, obviously, get off the phone. Say, hey, I got another call coming in. But just know that I appreciate you. And thank you so much for accepting my apology. And so that is the very best way that I can suggest to you to do that. A lot of times though, people ask this question, but they're really asking, how do I take someone that I've been horrible to and sign them up anyway? And so
you're literally teaching us how to do it, though. You're saying apologize without showing your true motivation of wanting to sign them up later. Say, I'm sorry I was such a jerk and I really value our friendship and I appreciate you. I got to run now. Thanks for accepting my apology. And you phrase it in that way so you can come back later. So you're teaching us how to do that.
I wouldn't be addicted to that. If you've been horrible to someone, if you've really spammed them or chased them, begged them, bugged them, hyped them, shamed them, guilted them, if you've done all that stuff, which is unfortunately it's what gives network marketing a bad name. It's, no one's turned off. By the way, no one in the world is turned off by network marketing, right? No one says, I see a business structure where you can get paid to refer people and paid off their efforts as well. I don't like it. No one's turned off by the infrastructure. No one's turned off by the profession. They're not turned off by network marketing. They're turned off by network marketers.
That's false, Raymond, and you know it. Where do you think network marketers get their information, their instructions, their teachings from? It comes from network marketing. And I have a problem with the industry in general because of how it's set up. It's structured in such a way that people at the very, very top make all the money and people at the bottom go into debt or make no money. It's structured in such a way that network marketers are extremely desperate and frantic, and they realize that they have to recruit in order to make money, and they're taught to see their family members and their friends as dollar signs, as members of their downline instead of a loved one. And the structure of the company, of the industry, is what makes network marketers act in the way that they do. And so you can't separate the two. You can't say the industry gets such a bad rap because of this behavior. This behavior occurs because of the structure of the industry. They're not separate. What do you think?
Because it's the network marketers that hype them, spam them, beg them, bug them, chase them, lie to them, trick them, all those different things. We don't have.
It's a structural issue that starts from the CEOs who pass on the ideologies and the teaching methods to the top distributors, and it makes its way down the pyramid. It's a structural issue. It's not the fault of the network marketers for them behaving in that way. They're stuck in a very vicious system of manipulation and toxic masculinity and turning off your internal ethics compass, morality compass, and doing things that you know are wrong, but you do them anyway because that's what you're taught to do, and you're under significant undue influence when you're in this structure. What do you think?
Have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can stand powerfully for the profession and not lie, not tell them it's easy, not tell them they'll get rich overnight. You don't have to hype them. You don't have to make baloney promises. You just don't have to. And so if you're like, how do I recruit those people that I've totally turned off and they hate me now? I wouldn't be addicted to that, because that was part one. Part one was the apology. Part two, go find new people. Go find new people. There's all kinds of places. And if you're like, well, I don't know where to find human beings. If you're unable to locate human beings, you don't have to get a human detector, right? One of those, right? You don't need a human detector, because we have a free audio for you at rayhigdon.com. If you go to rayhigdon.com.
So you start, in my opinion, behaving in a sarcastic manner and delegitimizing people's real struggles with finding individuals that they feel comfortable enough to pitch the business to. You start off in a very sarcastic manner, and then you go and you pitch one of your products. Why couldn't you have just said, hey, if you struggle with finding people to pitch the business to, why don't you buy this product? Instead of, in my opinion, behaving in a demeaning manner and a disrespectful manner. What do you think?
I have a free audio, enter your name and email, you get it for free. It's 29 sources of leads, so you never run out of people to talk to ever again.
So sorry, the product is free, but I think when he has free products, it's a way for people to quickly see the value of what he has to offer, and then they'll eventually sign up to be in his community or purchase his products. What do you think?
So if you do not possess a human detector and you're unable to locate other human beings to speak to about your product, service, opportunity, you may want to download that audio. And so a two-step process: apologize with no addiction to the repitch or shaming them or guilting them or saying, I thought you'd support me, right? Or any of that kind of stuff. And then two, find new people. So that'd be my suggestions for you.
So that's all I have for today. Just a quick video. What do you think about how he told us to sign up family and friends that we once spammed? He told us not to be addicted to signing them up again. But in my opinion, he also told us a way to open the door for us to re-pitch our business to them at a later date, apologizing to them, saying I really value our relationship, our friendship, and I'm so sorry I hurt your feelings. In my opinion, it's phrased, as I just said, in a way to get your foot back in the door later. And that's why he tells you not to repitch right away. And in my opinion, what he's telling us to do, what he's insinuating, repitch later once you've rebuilt that trust in that relationship, and then they might be open to hearing your pitch. So that's all I have for today. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.